wander through here and see if we can see any deals that we're particularly interested in or look like that we could actually really make work, right? So here it's funny, we're seeing some of the things we talked about last video, vintage steampunk, right? People are kind of recognizing that the retro, minimalist, vintage really are making things work. This, again, this looks like vintage to me, kind of with the fray here. And so, as Christmas is coming up and holidays, people are really taking advantage of that. And it's always nice to kind of see your ideas verified in their titles, right? So one other cool little trick, so we're back on this number one seller of the week. I like to look at their store. So if we come up here and we go to store, we can actually click their name. And so this is a pretty large store, so they kind of have it built out like this. And so what I like to do is just look at their best sellers, right? And so we can see here, and I like to order it by the number of orders. So we see here that they're selling not only these camera straps, but they're also selling camera bags, right? They're selling camera backpacks. They're selling one-armed camera backpacks. So if you decided that you wanted to go into the photography niche or something like that, then this might be a factory that would be very advantageous for you to actually kind of create a relationship with. And it's always really nice to kind of get ideas, right? Because if you're opening a camera store and you kind of want to add maybe some additional products to your catalog or to your store, but you just don't really know what's selling out there, what is kind of already is in demand, then if you find a T-Scope digital company, for example, like this, who sells a lot of products in this niche, we can see right here the number of orders, exactly 6,000 orders almost just for this camera bag, 2,500 for this camera backpack, right? And so all of a sudden we have a ton of different ideas of things that we could potentially add to our catalog. So the last thing that I want to mention about AliExpress kind of for right now is, let's say that, because we're going to do a number of different videos in this specific module about product research on different websites, right? Whether it's Amazon, or maybe we're looking on Pinterest or Instagram, or kind of monitoring trend hunting websites. So let's say that we were browsing Amazon and we saw this awesome like little piece of cat jewelry or something like that, right? And so what AliExpress is also very good at, besides just coming and browsing the best-selling list, right, and all these different categories. Let's say that we found this awesome little piece of cat jewelry on some trend website or Pinterest or something that had a bunch of repins or had a lot of kind of social buzz on BuzzSumo. And if you guys don't know about these tactics, we are going to go over them in detail, I promise. But let's just say you found a little piece of cat jewelry that you love, right? And you wanted to see if it was on AliExpress and that you could actually drop ship it in your Shopify store. So AliExpress is also very good at actually organizing a ton of data around these types of products, right? And so something that I want to note really quickly. So this is kind of the view that you should be used to seeing, right? You can filter by brands, price, coupons, free shipping, ratings, all types of different things. But if you type a term that's a little bit too kind of raw or too vague or broad, you'll see a different kind of landing page, because for their overarching kind of highest level categories like kitchen or jewelry, they actually organize it into brands and into like specific subcategories, similar to how Amazon does. So if you're not specific enough, you won't see kind of this page we're used to seeing like this. I just wanted to note that in case anybody got confused there. And so if we're looking at cat jewelry, right, we can do a lot of things here. So best match, right, we see that they are e-packet eligible, which means that they do have the faster shipping time, which is something that we normally would want, right? We can organize by the newest arrivals, right? We can organize it by seller ratings. So only the people, with a bunch of ratings would be included. But the one that I like to use, and what I use always, I don't ever do any of these except for organizing it by orders, right? And so orders proves that people want it. Orders proves that people are buying it, and orders proves that you can sell it as well. All you have to do is, outmarket people a little bit, or find like some additional added value, or, utilize your existing customer base if you have like a cat Instagram, for example, or you're passionate about cats, or you're passionate about jewelry, or, whatever the case may be. Like always, guys, use our creativity, use our experience, use our personal kind of advantages to our, own to the cause, right? And so if we see here, there's 15,000. So 15,000 feedback, and we see 14,246 orders for this little cat thing, right? And so this is actually pretty cute. It's like an earring of a cat actually like sticking through. We see that it's 99 cents per pair, and it looks like they have an exclusive kind of deal going on right now. So we're not going to fall for that. We're going to take a look at the price chart right here, and so we see that it's been a dollar a number of times since August, but it's never actually dropped below a dollar, and so it looks like it's about 1 cent off its previous low, which was on September 25th, right? And so, they do this just to kind of incentivize buyers, but we're too smart for that using this, and so we're not going to fall for that. But again, 99 cents a pair for a pair of earrings is incredibly cheap, and it looks like they do have a number of different colors here that we see. Which is always nice because you want a number of different variants offered. Since we aren't doing any of the inventorying, we don't have to worry about stock keeping units, SKUs. We don't have to worry about any of that. The more colors and variability that we can offer with no additional complexity for us is better. And why that is, guys, is because if you are paying for a Facebook ad to get someone onto your store, right? And then you have 5 different options for colors, all of a sudden you are 5 times more likely to, have a color or style that this person would actually want to buy, and you only had to pay for 1 click, 1 cost to get them onto your store, right? So the more options, the better. And so, again, we can do what we were just talking about before. I always take a look at these stores. The people who are on like the best sellers and have the most orders for something as popular like as cat jewelry, right? It's very likely that they would have a number of other different things here that would be, just as popular. And so we do see some kitten up, trendy jewelry, some different styles here. It looks like a fox. Right, some interesting little kind of like feather jewelry, right? And so this is a perfect example of something that kind of has value. It has a very passionate following for cat lovers and people who love kittens and people who love jewelry. You can buy it for your mom, your aunt, your grandma, your sister, your best friend, your girlfriend. A lot of different target markets, a lot of different people who would actually be interested as both gift receivers and the person who is buying that gift. And so those are kind of the main strategies that I like to use when I am on AliExpress. There are other ways, but guys, just like always, the point of this is to move forward and take action and really just get things started. And so the best way to do that is to not be overwhelmed by all of these different options, all of this different stuff all over this website, right? Focus on best selling, right? We can organize by orders here. We can go into hot products, and we can actually, do it by our specific niche that we are interested in. And then again, if we find something, doing product research via a different means, whether it's Amazon, Pinterest, whatever it is, right? So if we found cat jewelry and we wanted to see if AliExpress had the capability of drop shipping that via ePacket, right, for the faster shipping, then all we would do is come in here and we'd type cat jewelry, right? We'd organize it by orders. And, we'd go through all of these, and whatever caught our eye, whatever had a ton of orders, whatever we think would fit our specific niche or store, then we would order, right? And we don't need to order again until our customer buys it at a much higher price, which is the beauty of all of this, right? And so the last thing I want to mention, just again to reiterate, always look at people's stores, right? Because people who have popular listings that have 14,000 orders, they're very likely to have a store that have other products that you could add to your collection and increase value to your end customer. So we'll see you on the next one.